Hello everyone, welcome to Shorthand Battle. I am Divya and I am going to dictate you a general passage of 800 words at the speed of 120 words per minute. So be ready for the dictation. 3, 2, 1, go. Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, I am very happy that this House has taken up the discussion on the working of the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Sir, first of all, I must congratulate Menka ji for assuming the charge of the Ministry of Women and Child Development. I hope under her stewardship the ministry performs better for the upliftment of women and children in this country besides her relentless effort for protection of domestic and wild animals for the last few decades. Sir, the growing incidents of violence against women in the country have cast a dark shadow on our liberal and progressive credentials, and I believe this ministry is having a discussion on the great responsibility towards empowerment and protection of women and children in the country. Sir, in the beginning, I express my disappointment with this year's budgetary allocation for women and child development, particularly the fund allocated to the Nirbhaya Fund. We are all aware of the reason behind the formulation of the Nirbhaya Fund by the UPA government. In the last budget, the UPA government generously provided 1000 crores of rupees to Nirbhaya Fund to emphasize and support those initiatives and efforts that have been taken by the various government agencies as well as non-profit organizations for empowering and protecting the women in the country. But in this year's budget, the relevant amount earmarked for Nirbhaya Fund has been missing, or I can say not very clear. Sir, women in the Northeast by tradition and social custom enjoy more freedom than their counterparts in rest of the country. The scenario in the Northeast in relation to infant feticide, dowry and other caste-based social evils is far less compared to the women in other parts of the country. Nevertheless, women in the Northeast suffer from problems and hardships peculiar to the region. There are a number of issues which trouble the women in the Northeast. When the entire Northeast region is struggling with a series of problems in terms of its ethnicity, cultural ethos, political, social, and insurgency issues, I would like to focus on a few of such problems. Sir, tea plantation, first of all, in the Northeast has the highest number of women as labor. Plucking of tea leaves is a very delicate work. The number of women workforce in the tea plantations is higher than in any other plantation sector or in any other industry of the country, but these tea garden women laborers are having endless problems. They are exploited. Women workers are discriminated against in terms of wages which are far less than the minimum wages prescribed in other states. It is surprising that a tea plantation worker earns daily wages much less than an unskilled Manrega worker. They even lack secured shelter with basic amenities like safe drinking water, minimum sanitation facilities, and also prenatal entitlements and postnatal entitlements. Sir, nowadays the Northeast women and children, especially adolescents, are highly targeted and victimized by human traffickers. Majority of unregulated placement agencies located in megacities including Delhi and NCR are targeting women, girls, and children of rural remote areas in tribal pockets where they are struggling with poverty and starvation and bringing them here with the promise of good life and income. These girls are mostly illiterate. They are mostly confined, assaulted, raped, and sold. Hence, I demand the government to come up with a strong law for regulating placement agencies in the country. Sir, I want to highlight the matter of growing instances of witch hunting. In the Northeast, this superstition leads to persecution and death of a number of women and children every year. Mostly single women and widows become targets of this least talked about violence on women. In some cases, even the entire family has been targeted and killed. There is an urgent need to take strict measures to prevent such inhumane acts to protect these innocent women who are branded as witches. Also, an anti witching hunting act must be passed in the country to protect these women who are humiliated, persecuted just because of superstition. Sir, India is home to more than 20 million destitute and abandoned children who are in serious need of care and protection. This is more than the entire population of Delhi, and not surprisingly, 90% of them are girls. 1 in 3 of world's malnourished children lives in India. We have more malnourished children living in India than the entire sub-Saharan Africa. While successive governments have tried to make progressive schemes for the welfare of these children, there is a huge gap between the intention and the reality. This gap, to a large extent, is abridged by adoptions. Adoptions give the children not just a new family but hope and a new life. Stop.